Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I got another TI interview for you guys. This is Anthony in Tennessee. We had a little technical difficulty a minute ago. It's kind of, I don't know if he's got the same problems that I have, which is a bunch of gang stalkers messing with the devices and stuff like that. But it seems to be pretty cleared up now. And he's got the same deal that I've got with artificial telepathy and remote neural monitoring and it's a nightmare that we're living through. So go ahead and tell us what's going on, man.
Well, I've been dealing with remote neural monitoring and the V2K, and it started about a year and a half ago, as far as I know. And it's people that are close to me, or one of them's close to me, and I know exactly who's doing this. It's been a real nightmare. I know exactly what was going on. About when I started realizing my thoughts, and it took me about a month of research to find out exactly what was going on, because I didn't know it existed. I didn't know what to call it. I didn't know anything about it, and I just looked and tapped upon gang talking, and then I found you and some other things. But I have certainly been doing this, and it's been a nightmare. But I'm full blown, full steam ahead, wanting to end this, and I want to, because I'm not free. I'm not free at all. I can't live my life. I feel unhealthy because they're in my head.
Right.
And normally this would I'd probably be pretty happy right now. I'm 50 years old. I'd probably peace and be doing well right now, except I'm having to deal with this, and I shouldn't have to. No one should have to.
Right. I agree with you, man. We would probably be living a peaceful life. I try to tell people when all of this started for me, I was really a normal person. When I would date and whatever, I was really loyal, and I would just settle into a calm lifestyle. I had like 300 Facebook friends, and it was like high school people and family, and I wasn't talking to 1,000 different people about some crazy ass mind control, neural monitoring, reading minds, and broadcasts and all this stuff. And it's becoming huge now, but this is what they forced me into. Okay, so
Exactly.
it's not something that I chose, and I really was kind of a loner. I lived a secluded life, with my family and stuff like that. So they really have forced me into this situation where I'm doing all of this with, about remote neural monitoring on YouTube and everything else.
Right. Same here. I lived a peaceful, quiet life in the country. I shouldn't be doing this interview. I'm glad I am, but I shouldn't be doing this interview and having to worry about who's going to see me on YouTube right now, But
Right.
here I am, but I'm more than willing to do it. And I'm willing to do anything really to get this, to end this, for not just me, but for you or everybody, anybody I can help. And I know
Right.
you're doing great work, and I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it. I wake up every day, and the first thing that happens is one of these idiots start talking to me, and it makes me want to puke. It's like, I don't want you in my life, but you won't leave. You're forcing yourself on me. And so all day, every day, I try to think, what can I do to make these people get 600 years in prison so I don't ever have to deal with them again?
Right. And unfortunately, right now there's no laws that I know of in Tennessee, but that doesn't leave me without hope, because what I'm dealing with has already gone through the court system, not counting the remote neural monitoring and all that, but it's because of all that. They just don't know it yet.
Right.
But so they injure themselves. false accusations against me, and if I can just get the proof of the remote monitoring, and then I can turn all this around for them. There's no laws against that. There is laws against perjury and filing false reports and everything else.
Right.
Because it all ties into it.
Right. Well, you're kind of breaking up. Let me reiterate what you're saying, that there's no laws against remote neural monitoring, and that's true, because I went and talked to a detective one time, and I had all this evidence, and he was saying that there's no laws on the books about artificial telepathy and remote neural monitoring, and I'm thinking, well, these people are doing all this stuff to me, but over time I started to think about it. It's true. It's like, what is a detective going to do? He's going to prosecute somebody for remote neural monitoring or artificial telepathy. Like, they're in the same boat as anybody else. Like, how do they prosecute that? How do they prove that? If they did know about it, like, what are they going to do? It's going to change the way that the whole rule books are written. It's going to change the world. And the way that these gang stalkers are messing up, and the way that they're going to mess up, the way that they've already messed up, is they're doing all sorts of things that are against the law right now. And it's going to lead into investigations that are going to prove the rest of it. Stuff like account fraud and identity theft and false accusations and all of these things. That's what they like to do to targeted people. And that's the type of thing that's going to end up getting them investigated, that's going to unfold the rest of this scenario.
Right. Well, I certainly hope that happens pretty quick.
Yeah, I could jump for joy if that happened, like, right now. If I get remote neural monitoring, if I get access to it, the first thing I'm gonna do is give it to you and everybody else. The whole damn world's about to get it, and that's gonna be it.
I'm sure you would, and I appreciate that. And a lot of my hope is riding on that, that you will do that.
Well, somebody's going to. Somebody's going to get it. Somebody's going to end up getting it, that's willing to give it to everybody who's suffering. And right now, that hasn't happened yet. I knew a guy, and he was targeted. He probably thought I was nuts, but then he became targeted just like I did. And he hit me up, and I told him who all's doing this and what's going on with everything. And so then what ended up happening was they gave it to him. They gave him his neural monitoring, and he joined them rather than give it to me or expose him or anything else. He joined them, and now he's one of the gang stalkers. So, and I'm sure that happens with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah.
The ones that are doing this to me, I'm sure that I can understand them doing that, because they have their own meth, and it sounds like an addictive type thing that people get into. And I imagine once you try it, if you latched on to somebody better than you, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but if you latched on to someone that's has a better thought process than you do, then I imagine it may be addictive. I don't know. I don't care what the people think. It doesn't matter to me, and it doesn't matter in the world. It's but these people, all they do is talk about what I think. And I mean, it's all they talk about is what I think. Every word. It seems like every word's important. There's 3 of them, so I'm having mental 3 others. Okay, tiring, but yeah, that's what I've been going through for a good 6 months now. But it's been over a year and a half.
Yeah, I've got the same situation. There's 2 all the time, and then sporadically a 3rd person. But a lot of times there's more than that, but not like with the direct connection. They may be connected to me, but they're not talking directly. They're like, sometimes the 2 or 3 that are there will be talking, but I can tell it's not really them. They're being mind controlled by somebody else. So it's like a 3rd party connection, and they're saying stuff at me like the other ones, but they're just using though they're just mind controlling those original two or three to say the stuff that they want to say at me. So yeah, it is very addictive for them. I noticed the same thing. A lot of the people that do this are drug addict people, meth people, and that's the communities that it seems to go around in. And for whatever reason, that's who's been able to access this technology, and they don't seem to want to give it to any cool people. I guess I can't blame them, because that'd be the end of their little thing. They give it to the wrong person, and it's over with for them. So
they know who to give it to and who not to give it to. That's for sure. It started. It was handed out in the Christian community, and went out from there to other to like.
Kind of broke up a little bit right then, but I think I heard what you're saying. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that I think it was information may have been given out, maybe in the prison community. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying it seems like those that are like-minded, which may have been in prison at one time or another, or would do things in prison.
Right.
It out to that community, and they know each other, and they know who they're dealing with and who they shouldn't deal with.
Right. Well,
underworld type stuff.
Yeah, some of the people that I've dealt with as gang stalkers are convicts, ex-prison people, and that is, but mainly they're. Well, I ain't even gonna say that. A lot of them are meth people, and some of them are prison people. But in my case, some of these people that they've added to their little group are like the neighborhood kids. So it goes around among people. It's really a sad situation, but the thing is that they know exactly who they're dealing with, because for instance, they put you on remote neural monitoring, and then they know what you're thinking, and then they know how you are. So if they can't have some kind of leverage on you, and they can't say that you're evil and you're like them and you're one of them, then they're probably not going to give it to you.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so it makes you wonder why they hang on to you. If they're looking for a like-minded person, and they can't find that the two or three that latch on to one, it makes you wonder, what do they want? What are they waiting for? What do they want except just to harass and torment as much as they can, and probably want to make them as deranged and depraved as they are.
Yeah, it's a thing about trying to drag you down to their level. They're not feeling very good about themselves, as long as you're being successful and doing, and being a good person or whatever else. It makes them feel like a loser. So they need you to become a drug addict and lose your job, and start to act erratic and retarded, and they want your life in a shithole. That way they can feel better about themselves.
You there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you broke up on my end.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I've picked up from them is they just want to harass me continually. They have told me they want me to go crazy. They have told me they want me to die. And at work, when I'm in a situation that could be considered dangerous, that's when they really start running their mouths. They want me to be distracted in these situations because they want me to get hurt. There's no doubt about it. These people want me to get hurt, and they try very hard to make it happen.
Yeah, I agree. They want bad things for us. It seems like, I don't know what they'll do. What would they do if something happened to us?
They'd sit back and pat themselves on the shoulder.
Really? I don't know, man.
Great about it.
I think they'd go into withdrawals, man. They'd have to go to the TI clinic and try to find somebody else to connect to, man, because they'd be in rough shape, man.
I hear you, man. And I'm like, why? I mean, I know who's doing this to me, and I'm like, there's so many beautiful women in the world. Not that I want them to do that to anybody else, but you could do this to anybody. It's like you talked about before. You could do this for so much good, and but if you're going to do this to somebody, and if you're that depraved, what do I got? I don't have anything to give anybody, so I just don't understand it. I still don't understand it. And I'm trying to get beyond understanding why are they doing this? I know who's doing it. Why does he not have anything better to do than do this to me? And it's 24/7.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I know that they love the way that my mind works. And the ones that I can't seem to get rid of, they're very addicted to the way that my mind works. They sit there in amazement all day, every day, like mind-blown little chimpanzees or something. And the thing is that over time, they've become trapped in this situation because now it's gotten so out of hand and they have to pay attention 24/7 because I'm trying to figure out, how to put an end to all of this and how to get neural monitoring, and I'm telling everybody else, and so they're trapped in this situation with me, and honestly I don't think they'll ever leave until they're caught, but that day's coming.
Right.
That day's definitely coming.
Right. And I'm like you. I saw a video the other day. It's like, I want you to you're going to keep doing this until it's over. And when it's over, and it's over, and after it's over, and not before then. And I told him the same thing. You're going to keep doing this to me until it's over, and I'm going to be the one that makes it over. Because that's the only way I'll move on. Do these. And, what you have, so I can move on in life and live in peace, and I don't want them. I want it. It won't be over until I know it's over.
Yeah, exactly, man. So I don't think they'll ever quit, but their day is definitely coming. So you're not far from me. I'm in Atlanta. You're in Tennessee. That's probably, I don't know, maybe a 2 or 3 hour drive. We had to get together or something one day, man. We'll have to get together or something and, just hit a local place or something, man. Just to stick together and, TIs for TIs. So, it's breaking up pretty bad.
It is breaking up.
We're gonna catch a little flack for this one, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. But anyway, we're about to run out of time. We're up around 19 minutes now. So give us a closing statement, man.
Well, I didn't really have anything prepared for that, but I would just say if if this ends up happening to you, don't let yourself think you're going crazy. You're not. You're not. Just hang in there and find out what's going on. Learn as much as you can about it. Watch Kevin's videos and pray about it. Stay prayed up. That's all I can say. It's rough. It's hard. It's a new problem as far as I know. It's a hard thing to deal with.
I agree with you, man. We have to learn about this, and we all have to help each other, and that's one of my things is to get this information out there for people that start going through this before it destroys their life. So we're out of time, everybody. Anthony from Tennessee, a targeted individual. I appreciate you coming on, man.
I appreciate you.